What it is, y'all, Joe Old Boy Pilk, and I know we're a little late talking about this topic, but it is something that I've kind of been waiting on for a little bit. And if you guys didn't know, if you go here into missions and you kind of go down here, because anymore there's just so many missions, it's hard to keep track sometimes. Training camp has been back all week. In fact, my last reward here is going to be popping up here at Reset. I think I honestly missed today somewhere. You have about 24 hours left to do this. Now, if I'm honest here, you don't necessarily need all these anymore. We talked about it last time, how these are cumulative rewards. And by that, I mean, like, you can literally hoard these awards for, like, ever in a day until you have a reward that you specifically need. But as you can see here, if you haven't done these yet, go ahead and do Battle Arena 3 times. That's easy enough. Uncharted Battlefield 1 time. That's easy enough. That's daily rewards. So, you can knock those out today and tomorrow and get some rewards out of that. Once again, I apologize. I am a bit late talking about this only because, well, we've been kind of busy. So, log in for 3 days. You probably won't be able to achieve if you haven't been doing this at this point, but it's kind of okay. 12 upgrade quests, all the upgrade quests you probably have already done because you should be doing those as your daily events. So if you haven't been farming this, get on it. Make sure you guys pay attention to it. And I do apologize once again for the lateness of this. But the reason that I want to talk about it is because if you come over here to the exchange, we finally have a bond that I've been waiting basically to return. I actually think she was in the last run of these. Funny enough, I thought they cycled a little more frequently, but lo and behold, she back. And that is, of course, Anya. Now, right now we have the Tiona bonds, the Anya bonds, and the Miach bonds. And if I'm totally honest here, I liked Tiona when the game first dropped. When the game first dropped, we talked her up big. She was in our S tier. She was absolutely awesome. I honestly feel like she's one of those units that has really fallen off hard. But Anya, on the other hand, is a unit that was added right around I think right before the first anniversary. She was added fairly recently. She definitely holds her own. She's definitely, one of the better units out there. I don't know if I'd put her full on S tier, but as far as the the general pool units go, she's a unit that actually is pretty substantial. So, for me, I'm grabbing her bonds. Now, when it comes to Miach, that does beg a question. I'm actually going to grab my Mystical Fallen as well, because I definitely do need that. And I think I mentioned last time, Mystical Fallen wasn't completely worth farming. But I think nowadays with, level 90s and all that out, you almost have to farm those. So, go ahead and grab those Mystical Fallen. It'll be worthwhile. I don't necessarily need the all-encompassing Fallen. I've got enough of that. It is 10 coins, so it's probably not the worst thing ever, but so I'm sitting on 112 of them currently. I just don't need it at the moment, so I'm not going to lose sleep over that. But Tiona and Miach, let's kind of look at this, because I do feel like Anya is kind of a no-brainer here. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and upgrade my Anya, because I did check earlier, and I had the five bonds from before. Where is she at? There she is. So every time these units run, you get 5 bonds for them. Well, last time she was around, I got the 5 bonds. I now have 10 bonds, so I actually have her at Limit Break 2, which I know isn't great, but she's also a unit that's fairly, that has evaded me pretty hard throughout this. You could also go in here and use the Rainbow Bonds, but I'm saving those for a Festa unit. At this point, I think it would be foolhardy not to save the Rainbow Bonds for a Festa unit. I just think it's the only thing that makes sense at this point in time. Now, and speaking of which, while I'm on the subject, and I'll just a little brief aside here, guys, do not forget to farm the Valentine's Day events, because if you already have all of these, all the scene cards from prior, you can then sell those scene cards for rainbow keys. We talked about that last month, and once again, there's more Mystical Fallen and more gotchas up for grabs. So make sure you do those. I haven't really covered this event a whole lot just because, it is a rerun event for what it is. But don't forget that in this event, there's also, a bunch of different mats here that you may or may not need. So jump on that ASAP. But that's not really the meat and potatoes of what we want to talk about. I want to talk about training camp. Now, Tiona and Miach, let's check them out and see if they're actually worthwhile. Now, for me, Miach is one of those assist units that just won't leave me alone. I'm pretty sure he's MLB. He's actually not. I'm one away. Man, that does make grabbing his bonds kind of tempting. Because remember, after he's max limit broken, then every bond I get from him then becomes keys, or I can put it into his ability board. And I don't know about you guys, I've neglected the assist's ability boards pretty bad, so that might be a handy thing. So I'm going to change my tune on Miach. I'm so close. I think he's worth going in for me personally grabbing, since he is not max limit broken. But let's try one more time over here, and let's see, where is Tiona? I'm pretty sure, there she is. Yeah, she's level 70. I never even got her up to level 80. That's how little I have valued this unit basically since drop. She was one of my early contenders for level 80 when, you know, those items were so terribly limited. But now that we've been in this for a minute, I just don't know if I care, to be completely frank. And that's kind of rude, but of the water units, like, she's just definitely not... She's not my favorite by a long shot. Let's look at what she does, though, and let's see if we can make it an assumption. So I'm going to go all the way here to max limit break and level 10 on everything, just to give her a fair assessment, right? Because she is a general pool unit. We could get her with tickets. We could get her with, like, I've got a bunch of the bonds that I can then just get freebies. So there's just no reason to hold back on her at this point. But attack multiplier 104% front facing AoE attack hits 4 times. That's actually very similar to what the new Festa Hedin does that I talked up so much yesterday. But a lot of his come in the extra details of his other skills. So technique 1, let's level that up to level 10. At max limit break, attack multiplier 150, cooldown 400. Front facing round AoE attack hits 1 time. With a 10% reduced special move cooldown to your unit, which actually is really nice. It means she's going to get special attacks a lot more often. So actually, you know, maybe I did underrate this unit quite a bit. I remember that came in clutch a lot when she first dropped. Technique 2, attack multiplier 300%. Of course, it's at level 10. She's just something I need to do real quick. But attack multiplier 300%, cooldown 800. Front facing round AoE attack hits 1 time. That's pretty abysmal in the current realm of the game. Won't sugarcoat it. That's not good. But let's keep going. Her special move, attack multiplier 983. Actually, let's upgrade that. That's going to be like 1,000%, isn't it? Yeah. Attack multiplier 1,000%, cooldown 2,000. Front facing round AoE attack hits 3 times. Yeah, she's fallen off hard. She's a good unit. But, you know, if you're first starting out the game, I would still say one of the better units that you can get from the general pool. But if I'm completely honest, I'm not enamored by her. That said, I am going to change my tune on Miach. I'm going to grab his extra bond and kind of step away now. Now, when I said the rewards were cumulative, remember, like up here, I still have 175 rewards, and I've got more rewards incoming. I actually farmed this one out a little more than I would normally farm these. Normally, I don't do 2 sets of bonds here. I do 1 set. So next time he reruns, I will have him MLB. Or if for whatever reason I pull him between now and then, which we have anniversary and a half coming up, then I can convert those extra bonds into rainbow keys. So if I kind of go up here to the top, go to my inventory and go to my bonds, he will... All right, so there he is. I can't convert his to rainbow keys, but if I go in here to convert, like Leafy is here, she's got to be max limit broken if she's up for that. Anyway, we'll bulk select everything. Actually, you know what? I want to do that. Let's actually reset this, and I'm only going to select her. So that is going to give me 10 more keys, which basically is a rainbow bond. So I can grab, but I think it's actually 20 keys, isn't it, for a rainbow bond? Let's go find out real quick. I think it is 20 keys for a rainbow bond, isn't it? Realist keys, rainbow, yeah. So, but I'm on the cusp of it, right? I've got 13 keys there. So let's say I grab Miach. That's going to be 5 more keys, so I'll just need 10 keys after, or 2 keys after that. So math is hard apparently for me. But, you know, and that's for the month of November. So really, with the anniversary and a half coming in soon, I'll be able to nail that pretty quick. But nevertheless, make sure you guys don't sleep on this. Training camp will probably be returning when the anniversary when the anniversary and a half drops. So we'll see how that plays out, and we'll probably get all new units. But you know, there's not that many units in the general pool. The general pool is pretty sparse. That is one of the points I kind of want to discuss here in the anniversary and a half. But nevertheless, with that being said, make sure you guys jump on this because you have like 24 hours. And even if you haven't been farming it, even if you haven't been paying attention to it, understand like it is time. And once again, all these rewards are cumulative. So if you see I have like 175 of these coins still, when I log in next time, I'll have 185 because of this. And even though training camp's going to go away, when it comes back, I'll still have that 185 coins going into the next event. So make sure you guys farm this. Make sure you guys take advantage of it. It's out there. I know we haven't discussed it earlier. I'll try to be a little more prudent with it next time. But when I saw Anya was up, Jesus. When I saw Anya was up for grabs, I wanted to take advantage. So I'll talk to you guys again soon. Like, comment, share, and good luck.